Joining us now is the Florida Republican Congressman Greg Steube, who represents Sarasota and neighboring areas. Congressman, thanks for being back with us. Here on the Hill, we were talking to you as these storms were hitting. You remember them well, obviously. The nearly $100 billion. At the end of the day, Congress, is it going to pass it? And if so, when do we think this is happening?
As the moment that SBA ran out of money, I was doing like town halls and roundtables in my district, hearing from business leaders who said, if we can't get this SBA short-term disaster loan, there's no way we're going to be able to rebuild.
Yeah.
And think about this. You got 4 feet of water in your business. You've got to still pay people, but you can't open your business because you've got drywall you got to cut out. You've got to refurbish your restaurant. You've got to bring electrical wires out, all of the work that needs to be done to get it back up and operating. Well, some of those employees are obviously going to leave for other places where they can get work. It's a real problem. I called Speaker Johnson right after that roundtable and I said, when is SBA going to get refilled? He couldn't give me a time on that because he was waiting for the White House to give that number. Now that the White House has given that number,
here.
I am hopeful that he does it this week. I haven't had a conversation with him the last couple of days specifically about that, but I intend to. I have advocated for it. We have asked him to bring it up. I've got businesses in my district that won't be able to survive if they can't get those short-term disaster loans that simply are loans that are paid back, that people just need to be able to pay their employees, fix the things that insurance weren't able to cover, to get back up on their feet so that they can continue to have their business. If they don't have these loans, they're going to go out of business and people are going to lose their jobs.
Yeah, and no, it's why we've been continually covering it and continually talking about it. There was, of course, the story that has been out there about a FEMA employee who was fired, allegedly basically not taking to the needs of those who had Trump signs in their yards. One of those people spoke to Dan Abrams last night. I want to get your reaction on the other side.
That came from my direct superior, and what's also important with that is that's just for that moment and for that day. We have other days where we were able to canvass certain areas that were strong campaign supporters of Trump.
So she was that's the fired FEMA employee. Do you believe, Congressman, that there are more cases like this to come?
So I sent an email out to my district asking people in just my district if they had been affected. Now, I only have 60,000 people on our email list, and we had 35 people reach out to my office with specific instances where they believe that FEMA overlooked them or didn't stop by their house or they had a Trump sign or whatever the case may be.
What did they tell you?
I mean, each case was different. So you've got just 35 incidents in my district. This worker, there was another article today about another FEMA worker who'd worked there for 5 years that said it was a well-known policy that they didn't go to Trump supporters or conservative houses. So I'm about to go and ask Deanna Criswell some of these questions specifically from my district, and I look forward to a real investigation being done. She finally agreed today after Scott Perry asked her of an IG investigation so it would be separate and they could run their own investigation, and she said that she would do that. So we'll see if she's true to her word.
Congressman, I know you got to run, but real quick, what changes do you want to be made at FEMA when Donald Trump takes the White House?
Well, first of all, we shouldn't be giving money to illegal immigrants in our country. The current law allows them to give to qualified aliens, which are people that were paroled or are claiming asylum. Well, that's most of the 12 million illegals that have come across our country. Why are we giving hard-earned taxpayer dollars to illegal immigrants when we have citizens of our country who their entire homes have been taken off the foundation? They should be first. They should be the focus of FEMA. That should be the focus of SBA. That should happen on day one.
Congressman, I know you got to get back to the day job. Thanks for being with us here on the Hill.